Okay, so you're not done.
We'll see. I'm on the fence. But something has to make sense for me to do it.
But if you're feeling like this, you know what I mean? Like you're Muscle Milk Mike, you're going back.
Well, I mean, come on, dude. Look, no thanks. Retire. We good. Who the fuck is we? You just got here, buddy. You're not one of us. You're not we. I've been here. You know.
Right.
Come on, dude.
That annoyed you?
We are good. Who's we? Welcome to the UFC, dude. You got one win in the UFC.
That pissed you off?
Yeah, bro. He's not one of us. I've been cutting my teeth in the UFC since January of 2011 or 2010, He just got here. Who's we? He's speaking for the lightweight division?
Right.
Dude, Muscle McMike needs to chill.
What about Islam saying no thanks?
I mean, he's the champ, and he beat me. It's not like it was a controversial decision or something like that where it needs to be run back. He beat me. And, we'll see what he does next. He's probably fighting Norman,
right? Which
is a big fight and a good matchup. So, yeah.
Michael said that they were talking to him about fighting.
Dude, he hasn't fought since I came out here and ripped him, So, I don't know.
When we spoke, the fight was still on, the Conor-Chandler fight. It got canceled a couple of days later. How do you feel about how all that played out?
Dude, a pinky toe, it's like I've fought with so much injuries. Like Conor said, he fought with a lot of injuries. He doesn't want to. I've fought with a lot of injuries over the years. But a pinky toe doesn't seem like a reason to pull out of a fight, But I don't know, like giving him his respect, I also don't know the severity of it. Like, did he damage ligaments? Is his muscle in his foot? Or, there's a lot of stuff going on inside of a foot. There's a lot of small bones. So I don't know. If it's just a pinky toe, I think that's kind of, not a reason to pull out of a fight.
Are you surprised that Chandler didn't stay on and fight someone else, or do you understand him waiting?
I mean, he's risking the chance of losing the fight if it ever materializes, But if he goes in there and loses to someone else, do they give him that Conor shot again?
Right.
If he takes another fight, does Conor move on and take a different fight as well? The payoff of beating Conor McGregor, financially and just for your career, is worth the wait. But if you're, if you never get it, dude, you're wasting a lot of years, and you're not a young man.
Right.
These years are very important. I mean, sure, he's got intelligent people around him helping him with his deals. I don't know the way his contract's structured, but if it does come and it does happen, and he did the right thing on the back end, he's gonna be paid. Set him and his family up. But if it doesn't, I mean, you're wasting a lot of years. And in this game, we get old quick. You leave for 2 years at 30. I don't know how old he is. 36, 37.
He's in that range.
I mean, you leave 2 years, come back, you can look like a different person. So, but only he knows. Him and his family know.
Would you have waited this long?
I don't think so. Not 2 years.
No. What would you have waited, like a year?
I'd have to be in the position. I don't know. It's tough to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. After fighting him the second time in Abu Dhabi, and then the way my contract was structured, I would have waited probably. I probably would have waited a year.
The second one was different than the third.
Yeah.
It changed.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Why is there still animosity there between you and him?
Dude, he crossed lines you can't come back from,
Right.
Yeah.
And still.
Yeah.
And so when you see that, how do you react internally? How do you
when
you see the tweets, talking about your family and stuff like that? How do you?
I want to whip his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like you don't show it. You don't respond right away. You don't do it. Like, do you need a minute to chill? Do you?
Because I felt like when he does it, like the other day, I saw him say something.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what he's trying to bring that out of me. He wants me to like fire back or something. Like, I'm just like, go on with my day.
Is it hard?
Yeah, because of course I want to say something right back and try to, set up a fight with him and do, I want to, but it is what it is, man.
I feel like he would rather fight you than Chandler at this point.
Yeah.
He makes it a lot more personal with you, and I to a degree, I feel
and we
like
have a lot of back and forth over the years, since 2014.
Do you think that's possible?
I don't know. No clue.
Then there's a big fight. I even saw you retweet the Nate Diaz thing.
Dude, because me and Nate...
That's the one.
I don't think the UFC is going to do business with him, man.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Even after this win?
I don't know, bro. Last time I spoke to the UFC about Nate, it was another one where this was close to happening. It was almost done, and then it fell apart again, which it's done a bunch of times with me and Nate.
Yeah.
And then they told me, they were like, we're not going to do business. We don't want to do business with him anymore, so...
Is this post-Jake Paul fight?
This is before.
I know after the Jake Paul fight, they weren't happy with him because they felt like he devalued himself.
Yeah. And dude, I even accepted a fight against him on 24 hours notice. I was gonna fly to Vegas and weigh in the same day, the night of the Kamzat stuff.
Come on.
Dude, I woke up, I don't think I've ever told this story before.
No, I don't know about this.
So it's a crazy story the way it worked. Mike Brown flew in on like Thursday to Louisiana just to come visit. We went out to dinner, we went to sleep. Friday morning, I wake up, my phone is like a bunch of missed calls, a bunch of texts. I'm like, oh, something happened, what's going on? It's my management, Hunter, everybody from the UFC reaching out and saying, hey, he's not gonna make weight. Can you make 170?
What?
Dude, I had to do a Zoom call or a FaceTime call, and I'm Android, so I use my wife's phone. I'm FaceTiming with Nevada State Athletic Commission, stepping on the scale so I can show them I can make weight safely. I'm like 176. I'm just gonna be 170 the same day.
Yeah.
So I was gonna fly out the next day. I started cutting weight and everything. I accepted, man, I've accepted so many fights against Nate. He can say what he wants, but the UFC knows the truth.
Wait, so what happened? So you said yes.
Yeah, they somehow switched it up, and then who was it?
You fought Tony.
He fought Tony, and then somebody fought Kamzat, maybe at a different way.
Kevin Holland.
Yeah, they just switched it around, but I was in, and I was gonna go.
Do you know if he said yes?
No clue.
Wow. So you were going to do the move that we just saw to a degree with Dan Ige, sort of, but you would have actually
I'd have had
a little bit more time, yeah. But you were 100% in.
Oh yeah, I was in.
And I said here, like, there's only 2 fights I want to see left for Nate. You and Conor. Those are the 2.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd mention one of you.
I don't know, but even to come back and you're not going to get an immediate title shot, even if UFC does want to do business with you. So you're going to have to fight a few fights, at least 2.
That's why I feel like
2.
you're perfect.
Yeah.
There's a 5-year history. There's like footage for 5 years of you guys. You were supposed to fight 2018.
18 in MSG.
6 years, almost.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that one fell apart because of him. And like I was the fall guy in that whole thing. I did need to go have hip surgery, but I was in the fight and I was going to fight. He over-negotiated. They pulled the fight. It was like a bunch of stuff over and over. Each day was a different thing with him and the UFC calling me. And that fight fell apart.
Right.
And I was like, okay, then they tried to replace it with Kevin Lee. They were going to keep me on the card at MSG and I was going to fight. I was like, if it's a switch opponent, I'm out. I'm going to go have surgery on my hip. And that's what happened.
Right. And I think afterwards he said that it was your fault.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was definitely him.
Would that excite you?
A boxing match?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Even against anyone?
Yeah, no, of course.
For that one, it doesn't have to be about the opponent. That's just the challenge of doing...
Just a change of speed, different training camp, just something different, I've been doing MMA a while. And I still love the training camps and love fighting. But to go to purely boxing, the whole training camp would be a lot less wearing on my body. No wrestling, no jiu-jitsu. It would be boxing, running, swimming. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun stuff.
Did you have a dream opponent for boxing?
I'd box Nate.
Oh, man. That would be fun.
I'd box Nate.
What would you rather, Nate in MMA or Nate in boxing?
Either. I'd rather Nate in boxing, I think.